My mom reminded me that I was worthless, so I reminded her who raised me. Now she's begging me for rent money. I woke up on my 16th birthday to my mom banging on my bedroom door. Knock, knock, knock. Good, you're awake, she said, barging in and handing me a piece of paper. I read it. In the center was red bold lettering. Pay the last 3 months of rent or you're getting evicted. I looked up at my mom and she explained, yeah, so we're sorta behind on rent, so we might be getting evicted soon. She said it so casually, like she was discussing the weather. My hands were shaking. Mom, this doesn't make any sense. With our monthly welfare checks, there should be more than enough money for rent. She shrugged her shoulders. Well, you're right, but unfortunately I spent all the welfare money in the casino. I tried to respond, but I could barely hear myself think over the sound of gunshots outside. You see, we lived in the effing ghetto. I'm talking poorest of the poor. Empty fridge, watered down soap dispensers, used our fingers as toothbrushes because we couldn't afford the real thing, but I never minded. I always told myself that as long as there was a roof over my head, I was happy. But now even that was gone. All because my mother decided to be irresponsible and selfish. You need to get a job, Mom, I said, wiping away the sleep from my eyes. Mom just laughed. Yeah, right, as if my back hurts too much to work. Besides, what's the point? Minimum wage won't fix this. She then proceeded to walk away and sit down on the couch and rewatch Keeping Up with the Kardashians for the 1000th time in a row. I sat there staring at the eviction notice, realizing she was never going to save us. If I didn't do something right now, we'd be sleeping on the streets. So that same day, on my 16th birthday, I walked into school and told them I was dropping out. Then I went straight to a warehouse and begged for a job. They hired me on the spot. For the next 2 years, my entire life became that warehouse. 60 hours a week, sometimes more. Every single paycheck went to keeping me and my mom housed while Mom sat on that same couch, doing nothing. The worst part wasn't even the exhaustion or the constant smell of cardboard on my skin. It was coming home to her calling me ungrateful. When I refused to give her more money for scratch cards, she'd say, I pushed you out of me. Giving me a few dollar bills is the least you could do. But I kept working because what else could I do? Let us be homeless? But when I turned 18, something in me finally snapped. I told her she had to get a job now. Any job. I didn't care. She looked at me from that couch and laughed. Why would I work when you're here? That night, I stuffed my clothes into a trash bag and walked out. She screamed from the window, you'll be back! You're nothing without me! I didn't look back. 3 years passed without a single word between us. In that time, I worked my way up to shift supervisor at the warehouse, and I was making $20 an hour. I lived in a tiny studio apartment. I couldn't afford a mattress, so I slept on the floor, but I didn't care, because at least it was mine. Then last week, I did the craziest thing a human could do in their lives. I reached out to my mother. It was one simple text. I want to talk. Come over Saturday. She responded after 3 hours saying, I'd bet. When Saturday came, she showed up looking exactly the same as before, wearing the same stained Goodwill t-shirt, the same shoes she'd stolen from a lost and found at a homeless shelter. We sat there making awkward small talk for maybe 10 minutes before my apartment became a battleground. She looked around my studio with pure disgust on her face. This place is pathetic. 3 years and you live like this? Mom, I got promoted to a manager position, I said quietly. Part of me wanted to hear that she was proud of me, or that she was sorry for everything she put me through, or even just a good job would have been nice. But no, instead, she got angry. Supervisor? That's it? You should be making real money by now. You really are worthless, aren't you? The word hit me like a truck, but I wasn't a helpless teen anymore. I was my own person. I took a deep breath and said, you're right, I am worthless. And you know who raised me to be this way? Her face got red. She hadn't expected me to talk back. I gave you life. I deserve respect. You know why you haven't been evicted yet? I asked. She froze mid-rant. What? I've been paying your rent behind your back every month for the last 3 years. $650 straight to your landlord while I sleep on the floor. Her mouth dropped open. I continued. Where did you think the money came from? I laughed. Did you think it was magic? It came from me. The same worthless daughter you threw away. The one you said was worth nothing. She started to speak. Wait, let's just talk about this. Get out. Your rent for December is due in 8 days. Please, I didn't know. We can work this out. I pushed her out and shut the door in her face. Turns out I wasn't so worthless after all.